Okay, YouTube people, this video is basically is towards I'm talking about what you consider classic vehicles. And I'm gonna start off with RC. We're gonna start off first with RC cars as well as electronics. And I'm gonna start with the Ofna LX2E is a classic to me. The HPI Verza Flux, that buggy is a classic, as well as the Savage Flux. That's definitely a classic, as well as, of course, this right here, they don't make them no more. And the Mudbreaker too. These definitely classics. The DM1, what else? DM1 definitely. The Revo, I think that's a classic. Arrma Kraton, as well as the Arrma Typhoon, as well as the Arrma Mojave. I think it's a classic. That's new rum. I consider that a classic right now. I was also would say the Traxxas Xmaxx is definitely a classic. But those cars you can all get very easily. Besides the HPI, I would say a lot of people don't realize HPI used to run this thing, man. They had a lot of cars. The HPI Baja, man, that thing was a monster when it came out. HPI was running things. It's a shame that they end up where they at now, which is, I don't know what happened to them. It's a learning lesson to show you that you can be on top as a company and one day be in the bottom. So I consider those vehicles definitely classics. Like I said, the Versa Flux, if you can get your hands on that buggy, as well as the HPI Savage Flux. That truck was one of the first trucks to be on 6S back in the days, which they didn't have no Kraton, they didn't have no Xmaxx, was the Versa Flux. That was the truck right there that started off this old 6S18 scale trucks, was the Versa Flux. Show some respect to that thing, man. And anytime you get your hands to get you on one of those things, pick it up. You could never go wrong. I think the Versa Flux will probably destroy a Kraton. I know I might be talking crazy, but I think so. And as well as, let's see, yeah, I said the E-Revo. That's a classic, the first generation. And now I'm going to go to electronics. To me, one of the best electronics for your car back in the days that you could have, I would say, is definitely the Castle system. The Castle Creation Mamba Monster 2. That thing was a monster back in the day. They didn't have no 8S, ESCs, and all that. They had cars running on the Castle. Mamba Monster 2 was the workhorse for speed runs back in the days. That's the only thing you had really to get speed, real speed from was the Castle Mamba Monster 2. That thing right there is a classic. That ESC, I'm telling you, if I'm looking for the new Arrma ESC, and I see the 6S Arrma ESC going for the same price as the Mamba Monster 2, I'll pick up the Mamba Monster 2. I mean, it's not as reliable, but if you want power-wise, it's the Arrma, that Hobbywing rebranded Arrma thing is still not messing with the Castle. I'm sorry. I think Hobbywing is definitely more for reliability. Like if you want to put it in the Xmaxx and trucks like that. But when you really want to go fast, you got to go with Castle. But the best electronics back in the day that I considered a classic was the Mamba Monster 2. And I know they have the new versions out now too of new Castle stuff that they have, ESCs and stuff like that. So, but the Mamba Monster 2 back in the day was the shit. There wasn't nothing else besides that. As well as I saw Castle came out with the Mamba Monster X. That I don't know about that. That's okay. And the new one they have out now, what's the new one called? They have a new one out. The Mamba Monster, what is this? The Mamba Monster X. Yeah, that ESC is okay. Maybe that's a classic too. I don't know, but they also you got to give them the Mamba Monster XLX. That thing is definitely a classic as well. XLX definitely, but there's a lot of classic RC vehicles, and as well as electronics. I would say the back in the days they also had the older Hobby Wing 150 amps ESCs. Those things was pretty reliable. But when you want to go speed runs, they would never back in the day get you up to 100. They'll get you to 80, 85 maybe, but not 100. You got to go for a Mamba Monster 2 Castle all day. People forget about that combo with that 2200 kV, the Castle Mamba Monster 2. Man, Mamba Monster, that thing was the shit. It didn't get no better than the Castle Mamba Monster 2. That thing hold its own. When I say 1/8 scale 6S ESC, that thing holds its own. But that's it though. That's all I want to do. And you guys could comment in the comment section what you think is a classic too.